Hi, this is Jerry from USCamera. Today I wanted to show you how to take care of a very common issue that K1000s have, and other cameras, but the K1000 is real popular with students, and so we would see that more than any other camera. And so what we have is the K1000 body with the rewind shaft and the rewind knob not on the camera any longer. And if you notice the rewind knob, and you can see that there's an arrow on here that shows you the direction that you turn it to remove the film. Well, with a film cassette in the camera body and you turn it backwards, the opposite direction of the arrow, it will unscrew right off the shaft. So generally the customers can get the back door open by grabbing the shaft and pulling it up, but trying to put the knob back on, they'll usually just push the shaft right through uh, the rewind shaft guide and it'll just drop into the camera. So then they close the door and then they have the camera closed. The door is closed. The rewind shaft and knob are separated from the camera, and they really don't understand how to get it open. So let's just do that right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our dental pick, and it's got a little curve at the end. The rewind, the back cover latch is located about 10 o'clock inside the shaft, and so we're going to put these curved part of the tweezers at about 10 o'clock. We're just going to go in here and grab that latch and pull it up, just like that. So let's show you on this parts camera why you can't just slide the shaft, the rewind knob shaft back up into the shaft guide. So let's open the top, pull the top cover off. And the issue is I'm going to bring the camera up a little bit better magnification so you can see exactly what is causing the problem. It is the rewind shaft guide spring. That keeps the shaft in place. And if you notice the detents that are on the shaft, when you pull it up, it stays there because the spring will drop into one of the detents. However, when the shaft is separated from the camera, you cannot push it past this spring. The top part of this will not go past the spring, and so either you remove the top cover, and then you can pull the spring back just like this, and you can push this right up in here like nothing. Because the piece is out of the way, it'll come back off very easily. If we put this back on here, you can see the effect that it has when the camera has the rewind shaft spring in place. Just like that. See, it detents in place. And so let's take this back off, drop the shaft back out, and then I'm going to bring over a whole K1000 and show you exactly what you need to do. So let's get the whole camera over here. And here we go. So the rewind shaft is this missing. So is the knob. It's separated from the camera. So we're going to close the back cover and we're going to do exactly what I just showed you we did on the parts camera. I'm going to take my dental pick and I'm going to put the curved part of the pick at about 10 o'clock and I'm just going to pull right up on there and open that back cover just like that. So we've got it open. So what I'm going to do now is we need to take the rewind shaft. We're going to take our jeweler's file and I am going to file just a very slight, very slight angle on this rewind shaft. That should be good. So if you take a look, and I'm going to bring this up, the magnification on this so you can see that flat spot right there that I just put in that shaft. That will help us get past the spring. So with the shaft modified slightly, this does not hurt the shaft. It does not change anything about how the shaft is received by the shaft receiver. So we're going to put it up in here just like this. And what we want to do is we want to put that flat spot kind of at the 10 o'clock position exactly where the spring is. So we're going to push that up in there like that. I'm going to turn this ever so slightly, and then once it gets to the spot in the shaft guide where that spring is, it will just push right up past the spring, just like the spring's not even in there. So I'm turning it. As I'm turning it, I'm pushing up just ever so slightly. And we're going to get it right in there in just 1 second. Just ever so slightly. You don't want to force it, because once it gets to that spring part, it will just go right up in the shaft. And I'm just turning it ever so slightly while I'm pushing up, just like that. And so what you want to do then is you want to grab the rewind knob, and you want to put that on, and you want to turn that clockwise and get it into position. Whoops. Just like that. We bring the camera magnification down just a little bit. Camera's at my head, so it's harder to do this. We're going to put my pair of tweezers in the rewind fork. We're just going to tighten this up. You don't have to force it, make it super tight, but you want it tight so it doesn't come off. And you have just installed the rewind shaft into the shaft guide without pulling the top cover off at all. And so it works just like it did before. You can hear the detents, hear the shaft going down into the slots on the rewind shaft, just like it did when it was new. And you've just installed the rewind shaft back into the camera without taking it apart at all. Thanks for watching the video. I'm going to make some more of these short, few-minute videos that show you how to do very simple repairs, and I look forward to showing you those. So thanks very much, and visit us at USCamera.com.